Okay, Brian, can you please tell me your full name?
Pardon? Your voice just froze again.
Can you please tell me your full name?
Oh, okay. You mean my Chinese name, right?
Yes, you can include your Chinese name too.
Jiaheng Wang.
Okay, and what is your American name then?
Brian.
Brian. Okay, and what grade are you currently in now?
Now I'm grade 8.
And what grade will you be applying to this fall?
You're not.
Okay. And so you're currently already in America studying at a boarding school?
Yes.
Okay.
What? Boarding program, but it is a day school.
Okay, it's a day school with a boarding program, with the dorm.
Yes.
Okay. And what school are you currently attending now?
Chelsea Academy.
Chelsea Academy. And how long have you been attending Chelsea Academy?
I think it's for 5 months.
Okay, so you started in September?
Actually, I started in October.
Okay. And why do you want to transfer to a different school?
Because I like to get into schools at the other states. I need to try a new environment. And my current school now is a little bit small for me, and it doesn't have a pretty good music program. And I'm passionate about music, and I play the violin. So I need a school that's a perfect art program, music program.
Okay, so you're looking for a school that's a little larger and has a strong music program.
Yes.
Okay. And so how has your experience at Chelsea Academy been so far?
Well, I think the experiences are wonderful, and I made a lot of friends. They are international students and both American students. In maybe some students, for example, we're in the same soccer team in Chelsea, and we just become very very good friends with each other.
Mm-hmm. Well,
It's
yeah, that sounds really great. And I think that if you go to a school that is a little larger and therefore has some more sports activities and other programs, then maybe you can make some more friends there too.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, Brian, your English is very, very strong. Has it improved since you've been going to Chelsea Academy, or have you been studying English for a long time?
Actually, I studied English for a long time, but I think the great improvement was just appeared in Chelsea Academy.
Mm-hmm. And how do you think?
Yes.
What did you say? Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I'm taking ESL classes.
Okay, you're taking ESL classes. So do you think that that's what helped you the most, or what do you credit your improvement to?
I think the thing that helped me the most is the the normal conversation in the uh, lifetime in my spare time with the other American American people, American students, American teachers. That helps me a lot.
Mm-hmm, your daily practice.
Yes.
Okay, and so your conversation is strong, but how has the schoolwork been at this school for you? How has the schoolwork been? Have the assignments been difficult, or are you doing well? I haven't seen your transcripts yet, but how has the schoolwork been at Chelsea Academy?
I think I'm doing well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Would you like to attend a school that is on a similar academic level, or are you looking for something a little more challenging?
I think I'd like to join a school that is a little bit challenging for me.
Mm-hmm.
For example, maybe it will contain several AP classes, many AP classes that I can choose, or some honor classes. in other courses that might be a little bit challenge for me.
Oh, wow, that's really great that you're already thinking about AP classes and you're in the 8th grade. Very ambitious. What kind of AP classes would you like to take? What would you be interested in? What subjects?
I haven't decided yet, but I think when I when I am I'm, when I'm in senior, will take AP, math, and the other classes. I'm not sure because I have just not think about it yet.
Just
I
any AP
just
class.
have an idea.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you like math.
Yes, it's my
Mm-hmm.
favorite.
It's your favorite subject. What
Yes,
level of math are you taking now?
I'm taking algebra 2 now.
As an 8th grader, that's amazing.
Yes,
Um, are there many other 8th graders taking in your class with you?
yes. Some students are ninth grade because there is just born before us, but we're
Mm-hmm.
in the same class.
Oh, that's typically a 10th grade level class.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's just the design of your curriculum is a little bit
Yes.
different.
Yes.
Have you ever taken any English exams, like the TOEFL test?
Yes, I took a TOEFL test and SSAT test.
And what did you get on those tests?
I guess 78 on the TOEFL test
Mm-hmm.
and 1920 on my SSAT test.
Okay, did you take those tests recently?
Yes.
Do you have any plans to retake them?
No.
Okay, no, your scores are quite strong, so I don't think you need to. I was just asking because some students do take them multiple times and try to get a higher score, but I don't think that you'll have a problem. Even with just your TOEFL score, you're more than qualified to apply to several very competitive, strong schools. And because you've taken the SSAT, that's going to allow you to be able to apply to a whole new level of schools too.
Yeah.
Okay, so what made you first come to the US last year?
Um, you mean the motivation I come to US?
Mm-hmm. Your motivation.
Yes. Uh, I think the US education is much better than Chinese, and um, I want to get very good jobs after I graduate from the college or university. And I heard of that many people that came to US to study and they always get good future. So I want to get good future. So I just came to US.
Okay, what is your idea of a very good job? What is your ideal job?
Uh, Actually, that's a problem that I need to figure out in my high school life. It's
Yeah.
one of my um, goal in my high school time.
Mm-hmm. That's a great goal to have, just to figure out your dreams. Well,
Yes.
if you could, it doesn't necessarily have to be a very good, successful job, but if you could do anything that you wanted to do,
Yeah.
what is one of your dreams now?
One of my dreams now is I think it's kind of a designer that
Mm-hmm.
designs photos of things.
Models?
Yes, because build model is one of my hobby.
Oh, what kind of models? Like cars, buildings, planes?
Some of them are cars,
Mm-hmm.
but some something more is more serious about just like mm, it's more competitive. It's more you know Gundam
Mm-hmm.
that, that model and
Oh, like toy
change it or
figures.
change yes and
Okay.
the materials some of the materials maybe are made by yourself so it's very challenging and I
Yeah.
like to do it. Very logical thing.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that sounds really interesting. Is that something you like to do now? Is that one of your hobbies?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit more about that? I'm not really familiar with this.
hmm Just there's a company in Japan called Bandai, and it's a very professional company that build model materials for the guys who like to make building models. And we usually buy these materials from the shops, maybe in the mall or in just some certain shops that sell these materials, and we bring these materials to our home or our room and just um, making the materials more perfect, and then maybe paint them, change the color of it, and maybe put something more on the model, and then just kind of combine it up and use our brain and
Mm-hmm.
use our um, logic to make it better. But if you want to build it, just if you want to build it and just do nothing with it, just, you don't want to make it better, it's okay. But usually try to paint it, change color, or change the uh, inside the form part of the model, change it to uh, more professional.
Hmm. Wow, that's really interesting. So you want to work in production and or you would like to be somehow involved in the design and production of these um,
Now it's
figures?
one of my
Yeah, that sounds really interesting. What do you have to study in college in order to get into this field?
uh, actually I really didn't think about it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not sure about what part of the college or university can make me to achieve my dream. But
Mm-hmm.
I think I will find it in my high school life in America. And but now I already have a dream college, dream university,
What is your dream university?
New York University.
Oh, and why is that? Have you ever visited the campus before?
But I read a book before, and this book is written by a Chinese student who who were used to study in university,
Mm-hmm.
but uh, she's already graduated now, and she joined a program in New York University, and which is that at the first 2 years in the university, you can go to East to study there, and then you just need to get get enough scores and credits. Then whatever time you takes to get
I'll
enough
hand it
scores,
to you, but don't
and,
plug it in yet, okay?
and the rest of the time you just
Sorry,
can
you're going.
travel in Europe, and I think that will be a great plan.
Okay. And why was this book so significant to you?
Uh, Sorry, I cannot hear you very clearly.
Why was this
I
book so significant to you? Why did it make you want to go to this school and maybe not another school?
I think um, first of all, the NYU is in a big city and it's very convenient to do many, to maybe just hang out with friends. It's not like university that are in a town or a village, and you need to take a long trip to get into the
If you
city.
want it, yeah.
And then another reason is it is a very good for me
Mm-hmm.
because the NYU's academic program is pretty strong, but but it's campus life. Although the academic part is strong, but the campus life is very relaxed, very relaxing, and not like some very super school like MIT or something.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Well, that sounds like, that's really great that you're so motivated, inspired to go to that school.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, you also mentioned earlier that you like this school because it's in a urban area. Um, is that something you would like for your high school too?
I don't think so. I think in the high school, it's, it would be better that the school is close to kind of close to city, but not just in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Because I need to talk more and maybe come up with other habits that can maybe secure myself and control myself better. And I need to learn this in the high school, but not only just hanging out with friends in the city. You know.
Yeah, that's very true. You're
Yes.
That's really great that you have that kind of attitude. I'll be sure to put you in a really rural village somewhere. I'm kidding. I'm already thinking of some schools for you that would be, like you said, close enough to a city where, if you would like to travel there during a holiday, you can. But for the most part, you're going to be in an area that's a little bit more peaceful and going to allow you to focus on your studies and not have too many distractions and allow you to really focus on your extracurricular activities and your academic hobbies. So these schools would be located in somewhere like New Jersey. Have you ever been to New Jersey before?
No.
Okay. Well, the great thing about New Jersey is it's actually very close to New York. So you can take a bus to New York, and many people who work in New York City even live in New Jersey. It's that close where you can just travel very quickly. So, what you can do is the schools that we work with that are in New Jersey are in some pretty peaceful and quiet areas. Just a lot of schools and families that live there. And then later on, if you want to go to NYU, then it wouldn't be so much of a transition. So it would be pretty convenient for you. And actually, even some of the other schools that are not necessarily right in New Jersey, but in Connecticut, also very close. Those are the states where we have some of our stronger schools that I think that you would fit in pretty well too. Yeah. Okay. You actually answered a lot of my questions while you were telling me about yourself, so you kind of beat me to the punch. But when you also mentioned earlier that you want a school that has a strong music program. What kind of instrument do you play?
I play violin and guitar
Sorry, what did you say? Could you repeat that?
and the guitar
You play the guitar.
and the violin.
Oh, violin and guitar.
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's really, I feel like that violin is pretty common, but guitar not so much for,
Really? I think
uh-huh.
the guitar is pretty common.
Um, well, at least for some of the schools that we work with, I think most of them offer violin, piano, and flute, and then
I see.
mhm,
Oh,
like drums, guitar, not so much. But you're right though. It's becoming more and more common. So, how long have you been playing those instruments?
I have been played the violin for more than 10 years and played guitar for more than 2 years.
And have you ever competed in any
Yes,
competitions or
yes,
performances?
yes. Uh, my Chinese my Chinese primary school and my Chinese middle school both has a very strong orchestra. Yeah, it's probably and my Chinese middle school's orchestra is the best orchestra, the best teenager orchestra in China, or I don't know, maybe in the world, maybe not. And we had really have a lot of performances and competition, and I got some organizations competition with which is with our orchestra, and
Mm-hmm.
I also win a lot of personal competitions and solo competitions like that.
What is your most memorable performance?
My most memorable performance, I think, is the year before last year,
Mm-hmm.
and at the October 1st, which is the national Chinese National Day, and our middle school orchestra performance in Sydney Opera House,
The
and
Sydney
that
Opera
was,
House.
yes,
Wow.
it's very impressive.
Yeah.
It's one of the most unforgettable moments in my life, I think.
So you and your school orchestra traveled all the way to Sydney to perform there?
Yes,
That's amazing. You must be very talented.
yes, I think so.
And you said that you also like to play soccer and you're on your school soccer team?
Yes, because
Okay.
I cannot play basketball because I don't want to hurt my hands and fingers, you know. And soccer will be a very good sport for me.
Is the reason for that because you want to do some kind of work with design? Is that why you don't want to hurt your hands?
Uh, I play the violin and guitar. It's very important then that I need to keep my hands very healthy
Oh,
and I
okay.
cannot break my fingers
Mm-hmm.
or I cannot play or practice it for
Yeah,
a long time.
that's true.
Yes.
So are you planning on pursuing violin?
Um, that's a hard question. I think maybe uh, I used to have this idea when I was in seventh grade in China, but now I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, it could be something that you always come back to if you change your mind about that.
Yes, because I don't want to be a very professional, the kind of violinist. I don't want to be that, but I just want the violin is a hobby for me,
Mm-hmm.
not the real professional.
Mm,
Because I focus on the academic curriculums
mm-hmm.
and the professional violin student they practice the violin more than 8 hours per day.
Yeah.
But um, now of the uh, at least I only can practice maybe 45 minutes per day because I really don't have that much time.
Mm-hmm.
Have
Yeah.
a lot of homework to do, a lot of things to study.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you've just realigned your priorities.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, so for your new school, are there any other points that might be important to you when you're thinking about the ideal school you would like to attend?
I think um, my ideal school will contains a very good book club or some reading club or reading organizations like that. Because I,
Mm-hmm. You like to read?
yes,
Okay. And obviously has a strong music program and orchestra.
hmm
And soccer is pretty common. I think that whatever school you go to will probably be able to find you a soccer team. Is there anything else that's very important to you?
um, let me think.
How would you feel about attending an all boys school?
All boys school. Actually, I want to attend a co-ed school.
Okay. um, is there any special reason for that?
No, just my family agree with that, and uh, you know I have a little thought how to communicate with girls, and it will be a big part in my college life or university life, and how to communicate with girls, like, and it's better to learn it in the high school.
Okay, we do have some fantastic all boys schools, but you can think about that more and talk to your parents about that too. Okay, we're going to move on to the diagnostic test. If you could pull that up.
Yes.
And do you have it in front of you?
Now,
Okay, if you could go to part 3, the listening section. Okay, part 3, listening section. Can you read the directions, please? Out loud.
read the conversation below aloud, and then answer the questions that follow.
Yes, okay. So we kind of went over the instructions before we started, so we'll just go right into it. Kelly says that was a great film.
Christopher said, "Sure, if you like fantasies."
And how did Christopher feel about the movie?
I think he agreed with.
Okay, remember you don't have to tell me your answer choice right now. You can just read the answer choices out loud.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is just to see your reading ability.
Yes.
Okay, we'll skip on. 19. Sarah says, I heard Professor Thornton has retired.
Bob said, "What?"
And how does Bob react to the news?
A. He is surprised. B. He is perplexed. He disagrees. D. He is happy.
Okay. Angela says, I do not like the way that our teaching assistant grades our assignments.
Neither do I.
And how does Bethany feel about the teaching assistant's grading practices?
A. She doesn't care. B. She doesn't like the teaching assistant. C. She doesn't like the grading system. D. She disagrees with Andrew.
Okay. Sally says, you are wrong about Michael.
Alex says, if you say so.
So what best describes Alex's opinion of Michael?
A. He feels protective of Sally. B. Alex is supportive. C. He has doubts about Michael. D. He feels hostile towards Michael.
Okay, Jane says, I don't want to go to the math study session.
But I think we should.
Okay, how does Bill feel about the study session?
A. He really wants to attend, but probably not. But probably won't. B. He does not want to attend, but will. C. He wants to attend, and he will. D. He does not want to attend, and he will not.
Karen says, I was going to live with Jane this semester, but when I arrived to campus, I had been assigned to live with Kara.
James says, bummer.
And how does James feel about Kara?
A. He thinks living with her would be difficult. B. He thinks Carol and Jane will live together. C. He thinks it would be better to live with Jane and Carol. D. He thinks that Jane and Carol should live together.
Okay, so that concludes part 3, and you can mark your answers on your sheet. But how was that for you? Was that pretty difficult? Were there any words that you did not understand?
No, it's not difficult.
Yeah, I didn't think so, and you did a really great job. Okay, so we're going to move on to part 4, the speaking section. The directions read, the speaking section will measure your ability to speak about a variety of topics. Choose one of the topics listed below and discuss it for 5 minutes. Can you read or the topic choices A, B, and C? Out loud.
Yes, discuss a person in life who has inspired you. Describe the person and explain why you found him or her inspirational. B. What is your favorite book or movie? Describe it and explain why it is your favorite. C. Who is an important person in your country? Describe this person and explain why he or she is important.
Okay, so from whatever topic you choose, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to think about it, gather your thoughts. If you would like, there's a section there for you to jot down any notes. And whenever you're ready, you can start speaking, and I will give you up to 5 minutes to talk about your topic of choice. Do you know which one you would like to talk about?
Yes, I want to choose B.
Okay, what's your favorite book or movie? Okay, I'll give you a couple of minutes to think about it.
Okay.
And you can start whenever you're ready.
刚才那个 Angela 给你通电话的是吧？没有啊。OK，我们有一个学生啊，他那个是这样的，就是是那个 I-20之前拿到的，但是过期了。然后，但是他过期之前他签证拿到手，然后他现在入境的时候呢，这边呢又给他就是重新签发了一个 I-20，但是 I-20从8月份开始，就是从8月份开始，而不是从他现在这个时候。对学生现在要起飞了，要入境了，有什么办法？你觉得？还没有起飞，但是我可不可以就是 supposedly 他已起飞了，还是怎么样？我们有什么办法把它接进来？那现在因为他们签他是 I-20有入境日期嘛，然后他有2次签证被拒签，所以他第3次通过了。那他去签证去使馆签证的时候，他那个 I-20是有效的，但是他那个从使馆拿出签证以后呢，他那个 I-20就没发了。在这种情况下呢，这边呢就是把他美国这边的就 supposedly 以为他的 I-20没有签证没有通过，就把它给取消了，然后重新给他签了一个 I-20。那新的 I-20是一个 family number， 但是从8月份开始。对。所以因为就是广而在签的话，他只能8月份进来的。因为学生现在是他只是往入境，但是他想入境，他想过来再需要补助啊。是吧？那他就要做自己的那个。但通常有的学生上次是我的学生，是他拿 I-20在国内留学生都用完了，但是学校应该不是他的，I-20失效了，是他那个。
Okay, are you ready?
I just left a few words.
Okay.
Few words left, and maybe second we can start.
Okay.
Okay, ready.
All right. Okay. So what is your favorite book or movie?
my favorite book, and it also is my favorite movie, is Stephen King's The Shawshank Redemption, and it is the most famous book of my author Stephen King's compositions, and I think this book is my favorite because it really let me learn a lot. And for example, it let me learn how to persist. Let me learn how to persist when I want to just give up on doing something very difficult, and because of the experience of the main character of the book. The main character's name is Andy, and he was a banker, and, and, and he was sentenced to his life, but actually not, and he need to stayed in the jail in his entire life, and but he's actually he didn't kill his wife, and somebody else killed her, so he want to escape from the jail, and he spent decades of years uh, to use smoke to dig a hole on the jail's wall. And after decades, he just escaped on one night. And then I think this is a story about the persistence. And Andy really has a strong willpower to overcome the difficulties that in his life. And sometimes when I was playing my violin, and I feel very sore of my fingers or my right hand or my shoulder or something else, and maybe I would have a performance after a day, and I don't want to keep practicing anymore, and I just thought about the experience of Andy in this book, and I think that Andy he can use decades use stones to dig a hole on the wall. But how can I just give up on practicing my violin? So it's really not a difficulty for me. So I just overcome it and maybe did the performance very well. And I think this book is my favorite because it really helped me a lot in my life.
Yeah, that was a very inspirational story.
Yes.
How old were you when you read this book? Did you read it recently?
Actually, not. I first time I just saw the movie when I think when I was 12 years old, and when I was in the sixth grade in my primary school in China, and then I read the books, and then I read this book for almost like 5 or 6 times in school, middle school time in China, and um, I didn't read it recently because I didn't bring that book to America, but I'm reading another Stephen King's book now.
Wow, you read it so many times. Did you read it in Chinese or English?
One time in English, but that time my English is not as well as now, so I can barely understand it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it must have been
So,
a
one time
really.
in English,
Mm-hmm.
one time in English and 5 times in Chinese.
Wow, it must have been a very meaningful book for you to read
Yes,
it so many times.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was asking because it's a pretty old classic, and I know it's not really part of any school curriculum. So, how did you find out about that book? Did somebody recommend it
One
to
of the
you?
friends, yes, recommended to me, and actually he at first he said it's a very good movie, and we just watched together at home,
Mm-hmm.
and then I found the book by myself because I searched it on the internet, and I found that was a very impressive book, and I think the movie is very wonderful too. So I'd like to read the book.
Mm. Well, Yeah, that was a really great summary. And just overall, you did a really good job on your interview today. And I'm thinking of a couple of schools already. Have you ever heard of the school called Wardlaw? Wardlaw Hartridge?
Uh, I'm not sure I have heard of it or not.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the schools I'm thinking of for you. It's in New Jersey, and I'm also thinking of another school called Hamden and another one called Barry. So all of these schools are pretty competitive schools, and I think in order just to make sure that they're going to have even space available, I know they receive a lot of applications. So even though it seems a little early now for the fall semester, we need to submit your application quickly. So among these schools, and I'll think of a couple more too that might also be some good options for you. And yeah, I will get in touch with your agent to make sure that we get all of your application materials processed on time, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Good job today, Brian.
Yeah, thank you
Mm-hmm.
for interviewing me.
No problem. It was great talking to you.
Yeah, great talking to you too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good